May 15, 2009. The Stoughton Black Knights baseball team travels to North Attleboro. Stoughton got off to a quick start. In the first inning, leadoff batter Trevor Derochea hits a deep drive into the left center field gap and pulls up at second base with a leadoff double. Connors follows here with a sharp single to center. Derochea can't score on the plays. He has to hold up on the line drive, but it puts runners at first and third with nobody out. Stoughton utilized their speed as they pulled off the double steal here as Connors swipes second and Derochea takes off for the plate. Connors moves over to third on the overthrow to put runner at third base and nobody out with Kyle Anderson at the plate. Anderson worked the walk, and again the Knights had something going with runners on first and third and nobody out. And again, same play, same result. With Floro at the plate, Anderson takes off for second. The play's cut, but Connors is too speedy and he slides in under the tag for a 2-0 lead. Scary moment here for the Black Knights later in the inning as Kevin Gilbert lifts a deep fly ball to center and Anderson set to tag from second base heading to third, and as he slides he catches a cleat and rolls over on his ankle and apparently, as we found out later, suffered a broken ankle. The gutsy Anderson did stay in the game for another inning before having to come out due to the pain, and as you can see here as we slow it down, catches the cleat, jams the ankle and rolls over. And a tough way to end the season for the senior captain, and we wish Kyle a speedy recovery. Staked to a 2-0 lead, Trevor Derochea got his first start on the mound after 5 weeks after suffering some elbow inflammation. And after a little bit of rustiness loading the bases, he strikes out a batter there with 1 out. And bases still loaded, 2 outs. He ends the threat with another strikeout as he comes back strong after walking a couple batters earlier in the inning. The Knights struck for another run in the second. Alex Conti singles to right here to get things going. Conti moved up to second on a nice sacrifice bunt by Brian McCriskey here. Conti later moved to third, and he scores here on a sharp line drive to the left side by Trevor Derochea to make it 3-0. Kyle Connors made a bid to make it 4-0, but a nice running catch here by the North Attleboro right fielder closed the door. And the Black Knights D was just as solid early on as left fielder John Cody tracks one down in foul territory here for a nice grab. And later in the inning, center fielder Kyle Connors glides over and easily tracks down a ball in the gap that could have been trouble to keep it a 3-0 lead. In the top of the third, Dan Floro smacks a sharp single here to center, but Stoughton couldn't get anything else going and left him stranded and still led 3-0 going into the bottom of the third. North tried to rally as this leadoff bloop falls for a hit despite a tremendous effort by center fielder Kyle Connors. Just missing that, a great catch there. After a walk put him in on first and second with no one out. Again, Derochea was able to shut the door with help from his defense. First the strikeout there. And then Alex Fernandez at shortstop makes a nice play on a hard smash, turns the 6-3 double play to end the inning. Stoughton extends the lead in the fourth as Kyle Connors gets it rolling with a sharp single up the middle. John Cody follows by dropping a single to center. And Connors races all the way around to score as the outfielder has a little trouble here fielding it. And Stoughton has a 4-0 lead. As Connors is greeted by his teammates here, and we get to see the infamous outfield shuffle. North Attleboro scratched out an unearned run in the fourth as they managed an infield squibber here for their third hit of the game to lead things off. And the runner then stole second on this strikeout and later scored on an infield error to cut the lead to 4-1. In the bottom of the sixth, looked promising as the first pitch was lined to right. A nice catch by Brian McCriskey but the long layoff started to affect Derochea as he began to tire as he walks consecutive batters. Second one here just missing on a 3-2 pitch. With 2 men on, and after just missing on another 2-strike pitch to the next batter, as is often the case, the next pitch is lined to right center for a double, plating 2 to cut the lead to 4-3. The next batter lined a single to right, and the game is tied at 4. Later, as Brett McDonald came on in relief, Stoughton dodged another major injury scare when McDonald was drilled in the arm on a line drive back up the middle. Always a scary sight, especially with the aluminum bats. Luckily for McDonald, he escaped serious injury and gutted it out and stayed in the game, completing the inning. Later, down to the last at bat and trailing 6-4, the gutsy Black Knights squad refused to give up. Derochea leads off here with a long blast to left. It's ruled a ground rule double, as Derochea and the Stoughton coaches are not sure what's going to be ruled here. It's eventually ruled a ground rule double, just missing a home run apparently by inches, but Stoughton has something going. Kyle Connors follows here as he beats out a ground ball that's bobbled by the second baseman, put runners at first and third. After moving up to second on a wild pitch that plated Derochea, John Cody singles Connors over to third to put runners in the corner with 1 out. Trailing by 1 run. Kevin Gilbert then executes a beautiful safety squeeze here to plate Connors with a tying run and tie the game at 6. But it just wasn't to be as the luck ran out as North put a runner at third with no one out in the bottom of the inning, and the line shot to center field ends the comeback bid and gives North Attleboro the 7-6 victory.